bangsaku, rakyatku semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah badannya untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
I would like welcoming Dr. Tan Minh Quang, PhD AKCA, as Dean of Faculty of Business, Maratha Christian University, to give opening remarks. Dr. Tan Minh Quang, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Tria. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice, Tria?
Yes, Dr. Minh Quang, clearly.
Okay, thank you. In this special event, I would like to greet the Honorable Bapak Deris Friyanto, SH, MM, as Regional Representative Board of HIPMIKindo, West Java area, Dr. Syahnan Palipi as the Chairman of DPP HIPMIKindo, Professor Chai Chang Im as the faculty member, Accounting Department, Andong National University, Bapak Joni PhD, AKCA, as lecturer of master degree program in accounting, Maranatha Christian University. Certainly, I would like to say good morning to all participants, wherever they are, who are attending this SDGs Insight. I'm pleased to welcome you to this event. The topic today is very special, titled How to Improve Small and Medium Enterprise, or SMEs, to Fight for Zero Poverty. According to the Ministry Cooperative, the number of SME in Indonesia is almost 100% of the total business. Therefore, SME played a very important role in Indonesia economic development. Improving SME performance means increasing the welfare of the Indonesian people. However, since the COVID pandemic made the development of SME is now more challenging. We hope through this webinar, we got insight how we can help the SME to improve their performance so that the SMEs are able to grow and even become stronger compared to their performance before pandemic. To end my speech, I would like to thank to HIPMIKindo, Andong National University, and all faculty members of Maranatha Christian University who initiate and organize this international event. We believe this collaboration will be beneficial to all of us. May God bless this event. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Dr.
Tria, okay, please, Tria.
Thank you, Dr. Tan Minh Quang, for a very warm welcoming remarks. Now we are moving to the session that we've been waiting for. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of participants here that just can't wait to hear the sharing session from each speakers. But before I hand the screen over to our moderator today, I have a few information items to cover about this session. First, today's event is broadcast live on YouTube. Also, it will be available on demand after the live session through Fakultas Business Maranatha YouTube page. And second, if you have any questions during the presentation, just type your question into the chat box or raise your hand. And at the end, of the speaker session, our moderator will invite you to activate the microphone so you can ask your question to the speaker directly. Unless we really appreciate if you could give us feedback at the end of the session to our speaker. So without any further ado, I would like to welcoming our moderator for today, but Dr. Surya Setiawan. But before I give you this room, I would like to briefly read your the CV. So Dr. Surya Setiawan, MD SAMSE, is the faculty member of Faculty of Business in Mahathir University. He earns his PhD in Universitas Katolik Parahyangan and Master of Science in Management Science in Universitas Gadjah Mada. And then he also also take a vocation program in English in Universitas Kristen Maranatha. Also get the bachelor degree in management in Universitas Kristen Maranatha. Okay, Dr. Surya, so the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Tria. Okay, good morning, all. This session we have the 3 sessions in this SDG Insight today. The first session is from Hipmikindo. The second one is from Andong University, and the third session is from Universitas Kristen Maranatha. At the end of the third session, we have the question and answer and discussion session. So if you have any question, please don't hesitate to type in chat box. Okay. Okay. The first session is from Hipmikindo. Hipmikindo maybe in English we call it Indonesian Micro and Small Entrepreneurs Association. In Indonesia, we call it Himpunan Pengusaha Mikro dan Kecil Indonesia. Okay, this first session will be held by Bapak Deris Priyanto, SHMM. He is the Regional Representative Board of Hipmikindo, West Java, Indonesia. He graduated from Banking Department, AKMI, Bandung, Bachelor in Law Universitas Pasundan, and Master in Management in Setia Pasundan. Also, he had a lot of experience from well-known enterprises in Indonesia and also active in lots of community service. Okay, Pak Deris, we please welcome Pak Deris, and this screen is yours in about 40 minutes.
Oke, thank you. Terima kasih Pak Surya. Saya sesuai dengan pembicaraan awal, saya coba memberikan materi dalam bahasa Indonesia, tapi mungkin nanti biar agak ini juga saya akan coba gabung dengan bahasa Inggris. Mungkin bisa Mr. Cecang bisa mengerti sedikit mengenai apa yang akan coba saya sampaikan. Baik, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semuanya. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Nusantara, Sampurasun. Yang terhormat Dekan Fakultas Bisnis Universitas Kristen Maranatha, sahabat saya Bapak Tan Ming Kuang, SEMSI AKPHD, terima kasih Pak Dekan sudah hadir. Kemudian yang terhormat Ketua Program Studi Magister Akuntansi Universitas Kristen Maranatha, Ibu Dr. Rapina, SEMSI AKCA, terima kasih Ibu Rapina sudah mengundang Hipmikindo untuk menjadi salah satu narasumber. Kemudian hadir juga yang kami hormati Ketua DPP Himpunan Pengusaha Mikro dan Kecil Indonesia, Bapak Syahnan Palipi. Juga hadir pada kesempatan pagi hari ini adalah para narasumber yang luar biasa. Welcome Mr. Professor Chai Chang M, beliau Accounting of Department of Andong National University. Oke. Annyeonghasimnika, Mr. Cecang. Itu bahasa yang saya coba tadi cari apa bahasanya mungkin ya. This is special for you. This is a good time for this time. to be able to join with this webinar in Maranatha University. Hopefully we can work together for next time. Thank you, Mr. Chai Chang. Kemudian juga ada narasumber Lecture of Master Degree Program in Accounting Maranatha Christian University, Bapak Joni PhD AKCA SPAK. Selamat pagi Pak Joni. Juga di sini hadir, terima kasih Pak Moderator, Bapak Dr. Surya Setiawan AMD SE MSI. Mungkin saya akan coba sesuai dengan apa saya berikan kesempatan untuk memberikan materi pada pagi hari ini mengenai perkembangan UMKM di Jawa Barat pasca pandemi. Baik, saya juga tidak lupa mengucapkan terima kasih kepada para peserta yang sudah hadir pada pagi hari ini dari Universitas Kristen Maranatha, kemudian sahabat-sahabat kami di Dinas Koperasi dan UKM Provinsi Jawa Barat, juga hadir Kabupaten Bandung. Juga saya sampaikan juga tidak hanya Jawa Barat, teman-teman kami di DKI, Jawa Tengah, Jawa Timur, Bali, juga Nusa Tenggara hadir Bu. Hadir Pak Surya, gitu kan, nanti mungkin beliau akan memberikan pertanyaan atau masukan. Baik, saya akan coba mulai pada kesempatan ini. Saya ingin sedikit membahas mengenai tadi saya sampaikan perkembangan UMKM di Jawa Barat pasca pandemi, dilihat dari sudut pandang kami selaku asosiasi himpunan pengusaha mikro dan kecil, khususnya di Jawa Barat. Mr. Chai Chang, regarding the development of UMKM in West Java from the perspective our association. Beri masukan, gambaran kepada para pelaku UMKM khususnya usaha mikro dan kecil untuk tetap eksis dalam membina atau berbisnis di masa pandemi yang kemarin kita tahu selama hampir 2 tahun, itu pandemi memang sangat berpengaruh. Nanti kita akan coba bahas lebih jauh. Seperti sudah sampaikan bahwa Hipikendo merupakan satu asosiasi yang menjembatani pengembangan usaha mikro dan kecil khususnya yang ada di Jawa Barat dan Indonesia. Kami memiliki misi Hipikendo adalah memberikan pendidikan, pelatihan, kemudian advokasi dan pengembangan dalam usaha bisnis. So, Mr. Chai Chang, our Hipikendo is provide to education, training, advocation, and product development. Jadi kita memberikan satu masukan gambaran kepada mereka yang terkena dampak yang luar biasa sehingga kita tetap eksis. Dan Hipikendo memiliki tanggung jawab untuk membantu khususnya para pelaku usaha mikro dan kecil. Jadi kita juga bisa menggambarkan bahwa usaha mikro dan kecil adalah suatu usaha ekonomi produktif yang berdiri, dilakukan oleh perorangan atau badan hukum dengan ketentuan yang memang sudah diatur dalam perundang-undangan. Kemudian kita mengetahui bahwa UMKM memiliki dasar hukum yaitu Peraturan Pemerintah Nomor 7 Tahun 2021 tentang kemudahan perlindungan dan pemberdayaan khususnya usaha mikro has the legal of basis, namely Government Regulation of the number 7 of 2021 concerning the ease of protection and empowerment for the cooperative of micro and small business. Jadi UMKM telah diterbitkan oleh pemerintah bersama peraturan penunjang atau peraturan pelaksana lainnya. Yang sekarang kita tahu bahwa Undang-Undang Nomor 11 Tahun 2021 mengenai Undang-Undang Cipta Kerja yang telah disahkan pada tanggal 16 Februari tahun 2021. Jadi ada 2 aturan penunjang yaitu PP Nomor 7 Tahun 2021 di mana PP nomor 7 tahun 2021 memberi kemudahan untuk UMKM, juga memuat berbagai aturan atau kebijakan kemudahan untuk pendirian usaha, serta perizinan dan fasilitasi serta pembiayaan. Pemerintah memang sudah membuka diri untuk tetap memberikan eksis agar UMKM, khususnya mikro dan kecil, tetap bisa berusaha. Kemudian dari dasar pemikiran, pada kesempatan ini saya akan coba ambil dalam 3 bagian yang ingin saya coba urai. Yang pertama adalah penyelamatan bisnis UMKM, yang kedua pemulihan bisnis UMKM, dan yang ketiga adalah penormalan bisnis UMKM. Kita akan coba bahwa dalam hal penyelamatan bisnis UMKM di Indonesia, khususnya di Jawa Barat, pemerintah telah berupaya memberikan berbagai kemudahan fasilitas kredit bagi UMKM yang diberikan secara global dalam ruang untuk menjual produknya dengan ya boleh dikatakan cicilannya diperingan lah gitu kan. Bunganya juga maksimal kalau tidak salah 3% gitu kan. Jadi diberikan kemudahan dalam hal kredit. Kemudian dalam hal pemulihan, grace road yang lebih panjang, jadi jangka panjang gitu kan. Dan tadi saya bilang bahwa bunganya sangat-sangat boleh dikatakan dengan maksimal 3%. Tidak boleh tidak karena sudah ada aturannya. Sehingga memberikan ruang bagi para pelaku UMKM, khususnya mikro dan kecil, untuk mengoptimalkan dana pinjaman dengan sesuai dengan kebutuhan daripada para pelaku khususnya mikro dan kecil. Di samping itu juga ada berbagai hal yang diberikan oleh pemerintah berupa dana subsidi yang diberikan secara langsung kepada para pelaku. Akan tetapi memang pada halnya di lapangan terjadi kemungkinan ketidaktahuan daripada para pelaku UMKM, khususnya mikro dan kecil, sehingga dana tersebut tidak terserap secara optimal. Nah, kami dari Hipmikindo memang mengadvokasi mereka. Sayang, dana yang diberikan pemerintah hanya dihambur-hamburkan untuk sesuatu yang tidak bermanfaat. Dan terakhir bahwa dalam hal penormalan, alternatif pembiayaan, kita coba merangkup ruang yang lebih bisa terjangkau bagi para pelaku usaha mikro dan kecil, yaitu BUMDes sebagai lembaga keuangan dan sejenisnya, memberikan fleksibilitas bagi UMKM yang belum dengan sesuatu yang resiko lebih kecil. Kemudian saya coba mengurai dampak pandemi bagi para pelaku UMKM yang khususnya ada di Jawa Barat. Secara umum bahwa 8 dari 10 perusahaan atau pelaku UMKM cenderung mengalami penurunan yang luar biasa. Permintaan karena pelanggan atau klien juga terdampak dalam hal ini COVID-19. Kita bisa melihat persentasenya yang sangat signifikan, hampir 12%. So maybe we can tell that 8 out of every 10 companies of the UMKM tend to experience a decline in demand because customer or clients are also affected by this COVID-19. We can see the percentage is very significant decline. Kemudian 7 dari 10 perusahaan menghadapi kendala akibat mitra atau rekan bisnis mereka terdampak juga. Jadi saling signifikan para pelaku, mitra, dan juga pihak ketiga, investor. Mereka tidak beroperasi secara normal, baik di skala kecil, apalagi mikro. Dan memang berdampak juga bagi besar. Dan penurunan yang signifikan antara persentase permintaan stok barang juga sangat-sangat signifikan. Kita melihat persentasenya ini hasil dari survei pemerintah tahun 2021. Jadi antara persentase permintaan dan stok barang terjadi sekitar 56,4. Luar biasa memang gitu kan. Dan terjadinya hampir 72,47% UMK. Jadi 56,4 besar dan 72,47% kecil. Mr. Chechan, then the 11 for the 10 companies face the obstruction, their business partner being the badly affected for COVID-19 or unable to operate it normally, but our UMKM until 0.41 for the big company and 72 for 0.47% for the micro and little. Kita akan coba melihat perubahan kriteria UMKM semula menurut Undang-Undang Nomor 20 Tahun 2008. Jadi kalau kita melihat bahwa UMKM di Indonesia itu ada 4 kategori. Yang pertama, usaha besar. Yang kedua, usaha menengah. Yang ketiga, usaha kecil. Dan keempat, mikro, usaha mikro. Akan tapi menurut Undang-Undang atau Peraturan Pemerintah Nomor 7 Tahun 2021 itu hanya 3 kategori. Yang pertama, usaha menengah, usaha kecil, dan mikro. Jadi ada penurunan. Sehingga tahun 2021 itu diturunkan, tidak lagi besar. Namun, kenaikan daripada jenjang modal, permodalan itu meningkat. Saya akan coba in the term of change in UMKM in coming pandemic, we can see that the percentage of decline is turnover has decreased from the 86% in 2020 and to the 74% in 2021. Jadi perubahan pendapatan UMKM saat pandemi melihat penurunannya persentasenya gitu kan. Dari 86% tahun 2020 menjadi 74% pada tahun 2021. Jadi penurunannya sangat signifikan, saya bilang sangat 12% luar biasa gitu kan. Dan sampai saat ini kita juga masih bisa bersyukur bahwa dengan adanya bantuan pemerintah masih bisa menstabilkan bisnis bagi para pelaku khususnya mikro dan kecil. Kemudian meningkatnya persentase UMKM yang mempertahankan omset dari 11% tahun 2020 menjadi 17% tahun 2021 atau meningkat sebesar 6%. Jadi kalau untuk mempertahankan omset karena dia stag gitu kan, omsetnya masih bertahan di angka 6%. Dan yang ketiga, untuk persentase UMKM yang omsetnya 2% tahun 2020 menjadi 9%. Ada peningkatan sekitar 7%. Kemudian kita coba beralih kepada pentingnya UMKM terhadap perekonomian Indonesia. Kenapa pemerintah Indonesia masih tetap eksis dan memberikan perhatian penuh teman-teman Dinas Koperasi Provinsi Jawa Barat, juga teman-teman di Dinas Koperasi Kabupaten Kota yang hadir pada kesempatan ini. Terima kasih luar biasa teman-teman sudah mensupport kegiatan para pelaku khususnya di kabupaten kota masing-masing. Jadi saya juga melihat ada satu kabupaten, saya coba ambil contoh Kabupaten Bandung, itu tiap hari Rabu mengadakan pameran bagi para pelaku UMKM di sekitar halaman Pemda Kabupaten Bandung tiap hari Rabu. Jadi itu luar biasa gitu kan, memberikan semangat kepada para pelaku khususnya mikro dan kecil, juga memperkenalkan produk yang ada di wilayah masing-masing. Ini bisa menjadi contoh bagi para pelaku bagi dinas koperasi atau instansi lainnya, misalnya di Pemda atau di instansi lainnya, coba kerjasama. Pasang alat, ikuti pameran, perkenalkan produk, gitu kan. Jadi kenapa di sini pentingnya peran UMKM terhadap perekonomian? Sebagai salah satu pilar perekonomian Indonesia, UMKM memiliki peran yang signifikan. Yang pertama, bahwa UMKM memiliki kontribusi besar terhadap PDB, yaitu sekitar 61,97% dari total PDB nasional. Ini luar biasa. Kemudian UMKM menyerap tenaga kerja yang sangat-sangat tidak bisa hitung. Sekarang banyak ya beralih ke, kita juga optimalkan ke sistem e-commerce, itu luar biasa gitu kan. Kita bisa melihat sekarang ada beberapa kirim barang, namanya sudah bermacam-macam sekarang gitu kan. Dan itu luar biasa, saya bisa melihat hampir tiap hari persentasenya sangat signifikan. Jadi UMKM memang menyerap tenaga kerja yang dalam jumlah yang besar, yaitu 97% dari desa dunia usaha tahun 2020. Dan jumlah UMKM yang banyak dibanding lurus dengan banyaknya lapangan pekerjaan di Indonesia, sehingga UMKM memiliki andil besar dalam penyerapan tenaga kerja. Kemudian yang terakhir, UMKM menyerap kredit terbesar. Jadi pada tahun 2018 saja kurang lebih sekitar 1 triliun. Dan program pemerintah sekarang di tahun 2021, tahun 2022, luar biasa peningkatannya. Makanya jangan heran kalau sekarang banyak-banyak lapang yang dipakai untuk jualan. Food court. Kalau di Bandung mungkin Jalan Lengkong besar, kemudian seputar, banyak tempat-tempat yang sekarang dijadikan tempat nongkrong. Gitu kan, sila. Kemudian pentingnya peranan UMKM bagi perekonomian nasional. Pak Surya, saya masih ada waktu, Pak?
Masih Pak, masih sekitar 20 menit.
Ya. Oh iya, baik. Saya takutnya terlalu lama nih Pak.
Ya, Pak.
Iya, terima kasih Pak. Jadi pentingnya UMKM bagi perekonomian nasional itu sangat luar biasa. Di mana jumlah UMKM yang sangat banyak. Saya ambil contoh ini yang tidak terdaftar di satu daerah, saya langsung sebut aja Subang. Itu mereka pelaku UMKM, khususnya mikro, ya saya nggak usah bilang lah, rotinya enak banget, tapi belum didaftarkan, Bu, Pak. Kemudian ada makanan ringan, kue, bentuknya seperti donat, tengahnya bolong, gitu kan, kecil, kue kering gitu kan. Saya juga sempat bicara dengan Pak Ketua, dan kita support luar biasa Pak Ketua Umum kita. Mereka tidak punya merek, mereka tidak punya ya izin segala macam, tapi kalau dilihat dari kualitas, enak, rasa segala macam tidak kalah dengan pabrikan. Dan pada prinsipnya mereka cuma bilang saya hanya bisa memproduksi kue ini, ya saya jual, ya saya bisa makan. Coba kalau misalnya kita beri perhatian kepada mereka gitu kan, kita coba kemas yang bagus, kasih merek, desain yang luar biasa, yang harganya satu bungkus isi 5, isi 10 ribu perak, 2.000 perak, bisa 10.000. Saya yakin. Kemudian UMKM tergolong sangat padat karya, mempunyai potensi pertumbuhan kesempatan kerja yang besar. Jadi peningkatan tadi kesempatan kerja dan peningkatan pendapatan. Kemudian yang ketiga, UMKM banyak terdapat pada sektor pertanian. Ya, betul memang. Jadi pertanian, hasil dari pertanian, olahan dari pertanian, gitu kan. Yang memang secara tidak langsung itu sangat mendukung pembangunan pemerintah. Kemudian UMKM membantu dalam penampung banyak pekerja dari tingkat pendidikan yang sangat-sangat rendah. Kemudian dalam kondisi krisis kemarin juga UMKM mampu tetap bertahan walaupun ada penurunan, tapi tidak signifikan. Masih tetap bertahan lah, saya bilang gitu kan. Hanya ya memang 12% besar, tapi tidak drop sehingga pemerintah masih bisa eksis. Inflasi kita masih di bawah 3%. Kemudian UMKM menjadi alat mengalihkan pengeluaran konsumsi warga pedesaan menjadi tabungan. Kenapa? Karena merasa produksi produk, makanan, minuman. Kalau dulu mungkin kita bisa mengenal serabi, ya udahlah serabi rasanya seperti itu, pakai oncom. Kalau sekarang luar biasa, pakai keju, pakai daging, pakai ayam, pakai telur, udah banyak. Tahu dulu mungkin hanya gitu aja digoreng biasa gitu kan. Sekarang ada tahu pedas, tahu setan. Itu setan kalau minta royalti saya juga bingung itu kan. Ini menjadi satu bahan ukuran buat kita bahwa kreativitas pelaku UMKM khususnya mikro dan kecil itu sangat luar biasa. Kemudian UMKM mampu menyediakan barang kebutuhan relatif sangat murah. Ya tadi saya bilang, karena kemasannya biasa gitu kan, kue isinya sekian, harga jual Rp2.000 gitu kan. Istilahnya seperti itu. Tapi kalau kita lihat di supermarket gitu kan, pakai kaleng, harganya sudah luar biasa gitu. Kemudian, ragam jenis investasi, penanaman modal. UMKM mampu cepat beradaptasi dengan kemajuan zaman. Ini saya juga coba lagi lagi menyusun dengan salah satu yayasan di Indonesia itu untuk memperkuat salah satu bahan baku kulit yang akan dijadikan bahan kulit standar internasional. Saya juga baru tahu, oh kulit begini, ternyata dalamnya ilmu dari bahan baku kulit aja luar biasa. Ya mungkin kalau kita bilang dompet yang ada di kita paling mahal juga di bawah 1 juta gitu. Tapi kalau misalnya sudah merek Itali, harganya di atas puluhan juta. Ya kan, malah dompet ada yang lebih murah dari itu gitu kan istilahnya. Tetapi memang masalah pandemi, saya tadi sudah bilang dari awal bahwa pandemi memang hampir semua di seluruh dunia, negara-negara di dunia berdampak, termasuk di Indonesia. Jadi penurunan jumlah UMKM dan kontribusi UMKM terhadap PDB Indonesia sejak pandemi berpengaruh dari perubahan pola konsumsi barang dan jasa, dari offline ke online. Mungkin sekarang banyak toko-toko yang tutup gitu kan, yang dianya harus sewa misalnya 50 juta per tahun. Sekarang nggak usah, hanya cukup 2 kali 3, buka komputer, jual di e-commerce, jual di sosial media, udah kirim barang. Kemudian UMKM mengalami permasalahan tenaga kerja akibat pemberlakuan tadi, PSBB, WFH, dan lain-lain. Kemudian hambatan distribusi, dulu memang tidak boleh ada kecuali bahan-bahan kebutuhan pokok. Dan terakhir kesulitan bahan baku. Ini yang menjadi sorotan saat pandemi. Kemudian upaya pemerintah dalam memajukan UMKM di Indonesia. Ada beberapa, tadi dikeluarkannya Undang-Undang Cipta Kerja yang disahkan atau dilaksanakan tanggal 16 Februari. Kemudian namanya ada program PEN atau program pemulihan ekonomi nasional. Itu kalau tidak salah Undang-Undang Peraturan Pemerintah nomor 23 tahun 2020, kemudian dirubah menjadi Peraturan Pemerintah nomor 43 tahun 2020. Jadi sebagai salah satu upayanya pemerintah memajukan UMKM, tadi ada subsidi bunga ringan, masa pembayaran diperpanjang, kemudian ada imbal jasa pinjaman IJP, kemudian dana pemerintah diperbankan sampai dengan pedesaan ke BUMDes lah kata kasarnya, kemudian limitnya juga ada bantuan juga, jadi banyak yang diberikan kemudahan bagi para pelaku bisnis atau pelaku usaha di UMKM Indonesia. Kemudian ada juga KUR, kredit usaha, jadi kerjasama dengan perbankan, kredit usaha rakyat yang tadi memang tidak boleh lebih dari 3% karena sudah ada aturannya. Kemudian ada juga gerakan nasional, aduh saya hampir lupa, gerakan nasional, oh ya, gerakan nasional Bangga Buatan Indonesia. Jadi pemerintah sekarang sedang gencar-gencarnya untuk memproduksi Bangga Buatan Indonesia, termasuk dampak-dampak dari bahan-bahan lain atau produk-produk lain yang memang rasionya harus menggunakan bahan baku Indonesia. Jadi minimal 20% gitu kan, kalau kita membuat satu produk minimal 20% pakai produk atau bahan baku dari hasil Indonesia. Kemudian ada juga program perluasan ekspor produk Indonesia melalui ASEAN. Jadi kami juga bangga bahwa kami Hipmikindo sudah beberapa melakukan kerjasama atau MOU. Salah satunya saya dengan bangga Mr. Cecang, kita sudah melakukan kerjasama, Pak Ketum juga hadir dengan Provinsi Gyeongsangbuk-do dan Kota Daegu. Waktu itu saya lupa, Mr. Pak Sun kalau nggak salah, perwakilan dari Provinsi Gyeongsangbuk-do di bidang pertanian. Mr. Chaichan, we entered into the MOU with the Gyeongsangbuk-do Province and the Daegu City in agriculture. Jadi ada permintaan mengenai pala, kemudian jahe, kemudian ada berbagai lagi lah yang. Jadi kita coba kasih informasi mengenai bahan baku atau bahan pertanian yang mungkin bisa dijadikan bisa kita kirim keluar. Juga pemerintah Provinsi Jawa Barat juga sudah mengadakan kerjasama baik LOI, MOU dengan beberapa negara. Kemudian juga kami dari asosiasi mengadakan kerjasama, salah satunya dengan, saya bisa dengan bangga mengatakan, Universitas Kristen Maranatha dan universitas lainnya juga kita sudah melakukan kerjasama. Dan ini menjadi terobosan yang sangat luar biasa, dan mudah-mudahan seperti webinar kali ini yang diprakarsai oleh Bu Dr. Yeni bersama tim dari Universitas Kristen Maranatha menjadi satu motor, menjadi satu hal yang di mana menjadi satu misi kami juga, pendidikan, pelatihan, advokasi, sampai dengan pengembangan. Ini satu hal yang sangat luar biasa, dan mudah-mudahan nanti Mr. Chaicang, we are cooperate in education and training with your university in Andong maybe ya. Oke, mungkin Bapak Ibu yang saya banggakan, itu mungkin yang bisa saya sampaikan pada pagi hari ini. Mohon maaf apabila ada kekurangan atau kehilafan pada diri saya. Dan insya Allah mudah-mudahan kita bisa bersinergi dengan Universitas Kristen Maranatha secara berkelanjutan, juga dengan instansi lain. Kami juga suka mengadakan kegiatan-kegiatan yang bersifat untuk membantu mendorong, memberikan kepercayaan kepada para pelaku, khususnya mikro dan kecil, khususnya di Jawa Barat dan pada umumnya di Indonesia. Demikian, terima kasih. Sekali lagi, saya tutup. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi, 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 Santi Om.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih banyak Pak Deris atas sharing ilmunya kepada kami. Before we close this first session, I will give maybe a summary from the first session. So the first session said that the government, that is credit union and village-owned enterprise, give the credits for with small, very low interest, about 3%, to give the small medium enterprises in West Java a chance to overcome the impact of the pandemic. Yeah, because in the pandemic era, most of the small and medium enterprises got the impact from the pandemic. Yeah, their business become decline and cannot operate normally. But we also hope that small and medium enterprises in West Java becomes better. Okay, so because Mr. Dennis said that small and medium enterprises in West Java can create job opportunity and increase the turnover, even in the pandemic situation, and also can adapt very quickly with the current development. And there are lots of potential small and medium enterprises in West Java. Maybe the examples like the traditional West Java snack in Subang, one of the region in West Java. They have a very potential because they can be educated to sell better packaging or maybe better distribution channel, so their product can be well known. Even or not only in West Java, or maybe we can well known to worldwide. Okay, and also we have a conclusion that the agriculture in West Java is the most numerous small and medium enterprises in West Java. Okay, at the end, the government's effort in advancing small and medium enterprises. Government also give big chance to small and medium enterprises with the job creation law, national economic recovery program, people's business credit, using local raw materials, because we have a national movement in proud of Indonesian product. Okay, maybe that's all for the first session. Okay, so before we end from the first session, let's give applause to Mr. Deris Firianto for the first session in this SDG. Okay, thank you. The second session will be held from Andong University. Let me introduce Professor Im Chechang. Maybe we can, Professor, can we address you with Prof. Im? Maybe we'd like to know if Professor Im can join today.
So you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here. You. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Professor. Can we address you with Professor Im, or what should we address you?
Yeah. Okay.
Prof. Im, is okay.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
So,
maybe I'd like to introduce you to our respondent for today. Okay, Professor Im is a professor in accounting department at Andong National University, Republic of Korea. His core competences are lectures in Korean and English, financial market research, quantitative analysis, corporate governance, financial accounting, tax accounting, CSR, and international business. He got the BA degree in politics from Kookmin University, and MA and PhD degree in business from Hankook University for foreign students. Okay, please welcome Prof. Im. The screen is yours in about 40 minutes. Okay, Prof. Im, maybe you can start the presentation. Thank you.
excuse me.
Yes.
Can I start?
Yes, you may start.
Okay. Sorry, our speaker condition is not that good, so the voice I can hear that clearly. Sorry about that.
It's okay, Prof. Im.
You hear me, right?
Yes, I hear.
Okay,
you.
all right. Thank
Yes.
you. Just a minute. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. For the our friends from Indonesia, if you want to ask something, maybe for Bapak Deris, or maybe Prof. Im, or maybe the next one is Pak Joni. Please type your question in the chat room.
So I'm ready for lecture.
Okay,
You guys
Prof. Im,
ready?
please. Yes, we are ready.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. We don't have enough space for the lecture, so we took a time for preparing. Sorry about that. So you guys see my PPT presentation material?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
You can
all right,
see your
good.
presentation.
Anyway, let me introduce you. My name is Che. Che Chang Im, Korean name Che Chang Im. But my international student, they just call me Che. Okay, you call me Che, right? So first of all, I'm glad to join this conference. I'm very happy with you guys. So and I'm working at the Andong National University. My specific major is financial accounting. So I heard that you guys are from MBA course, something else, right? MBA or faculty members, right? Okay. Actually, I got the topic. It's about, the topic is how to improve small, medium enterprise to fight for zero poverty. When I got this topic, I tried to, collect information and data and materials. And so I prepared that for topic, okay? Okay, just let me start, okay? I'm gonna present the topic, how to improve small, medium enterprise to fight for zero poverty. The small title is Case Study in Republic of Korea, okay? We're gonna look that together, okay? This is order of presentation for my presentation, right? First, I'm gonna present about Samsung and LG. I'm gonna introduce about the that company's history. Okay, second one, history of Korea. Third, about Ministry of SMEs and Startup. First, status of Koreans SME. Okay. Fifth, MSS policies. MSS is the Ministry of SMEs and Startup. Sixth, policy direction of the year, and then I'm gonna talk about in Korean SME and startup agencies. Okay, this is my order of presentation. Can I go next page? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I put the picture here. These guys are very famous in Korea. But I guess you don't know them, right? But when I have lecture for the undergraduate course or graduate course, sometimes I ask them, who is that guys? The younger generation, they don't even know that the Korean student, but my age, my generations, they know well. Okay. They are so famous person in Korean history for the economic developing. Actually, the first one, the left picture is the founder of Samsung. Okay, you know Samsung, right? Yeah, the founder of Samsung. The right picture is the founder of LG. I guess you know them, right? The left one is founder of Samsung. Right one is, founder of LG. Okay, these guys are very famous in Korea, but time goes by. The younger generation, they forgot these people, but I know them, right? My generation, we know them well. Okay. Can you see the picture? You can guess the picture. What is that? Some people help me out. You can guess. What is that picture? Tria? Please help me.
I think it's the fabric of Samsung and LG.
Yeah, right. In the past, right? This is for the Samsung. So back in the 50 and 60, the Samsung and LG, they trying to start business. This is old place, but now there's no companies there. Okay, so this is all the company, right? If you come over Korea, you can go like the city of Daegu. I guess you don't know the place of the city of Daegu, but if you come over here, you should go there because if you go there, you can learn about Korean history or especially company's history. Actually, Samsung they start in around the Daegu. So many people they go there and they visit the place of Samsung. Okay, when you have chance to come over Korea, I recommend you. You should go there because I live now. I live around there. The next you can see the clean picture. Okay. Seems like looks like the market, public market, right? The Samsung they start there when they were like baby company. So I live around the market. Okay, very famous market in Korea. The name of market is Seomun Market. Seomun means like Western Gate. Western Gate market. If you come over Korea or Andong, I can guide you, okay? Please welcome. Please come over Korea and visit Daegu, okay? Okay, as you can see, back in 50 and 60, the Samsung was very small, just like startup company. Or like we can call them like SME companies, but now all of the world, all of people in the world, they know the Samsung. They use the products from Samsung, right? But 60 years ago, 50 years ago, nobody knows about Samsung, right? LG also. What about LG? Okay. You can see these picture. Okay. This picture is related to the LG, like LG, right? LG is also a very huge company in the world or Korean. Okay. This is for the family of LG. They are from Jinju. Okay. So I put the picture here, right? Because this city is my hometown. Please welcome, okay? If you come over, if you visit Korea, you can come Daegu and Jinju. I live in Daegu and my hometown is Jinju. If you come over Jinju, you can see the history of LG. LG it's from Jinju. Jinju is very small town, but you know they so many chief, many famous people in about it for the economy, Korean economy. They from Jinju, okay. So if you come over Jinju, you can learn about it, Korean history and Korean economy. You can see the elementary school, the right one, okay. This school is Jisoo Elementary School. Jisoo Elementary School, the founder of Samsung, the founder of LG, they went to school, same school. These, Jisoo Elementary School, they went together, okay. These two guys, actually, they went to school at the same time. Okay, they lived together. They even they start business together. Okay, but Samsung and LG, they just like competitor now. Extremely, they think like enemy. Okay, but back in the 50 and 60, they went to school together. Also, their son and daughter and got married, but they broken up because the LG and Samsung, they compete each other like for the many fields like TV and air conditioner and IT. They extremely compare each other, but in the past they were like friends and family, but now they just broken up. Okay, so I just want to introduce our companies, because when they in the past, right, they were like baby companies, and but they contribute a lot for the overcome our poverty. Okay, what about this picture, right? You can see the picture back in the 50s after Korean War. So all the buildings and infrastructure and many people killed by the war, Korean War, right? North and South, we fight each other, and all the facility and buildings were destroyed. So we were nothing. So actually, my father's parents' generations, they don't even have food. No, there's no food, no gas. So sometimes my father's talk to me a lot about that era. Okay, but after war, and Korean government and many of international countries, they support us. So we try to growing up. Okay, so we try to overcome our difficulties after war. Actually, we start growth 1960s. So so many companies, they start and growing, just like Samsung and LG and Hyundai Motors and some other big companies. But back in the 70s, those companies were like a baby company, just like a SME company and like micro size companies. Okay, but after 20 years, 1990s, many our big companies has grown. Okay, so they try not to go out. We try not we try to expand our experts. So our companies go out like United States, Europe, and China and Japan. We try to go to out, and then we get the money from the outside of a country, out of country, right? And after 20 years, 2010, we have we achieve economic growth, and our capital, the income is grown. Just like we can compare with France, Spain, Italy, and German. So we got the growing up. Okay, just like it's been like 60 and 70 years. After that, we got the economic growth. So these we have economical achievements, but 60 years, 70 years, we don't have nothing. Okay, but we got the success because of the baby companies. We governments are trying to support the baby companies like SME companies and micro size companies. Okay, so they contribute a lot for the economic for the Korean economy. Okay, so we proud of that those companies. Also, if you take a look at the graph, 1952, after war, we have nothing. So we are the poorest country in the world. Compare with North Korea, we poorer than North Korea, because after war, the heavy industry focus on the North Korean area. The southern part of Korea, there were nothing. So we don't have nothing. There's no infrastructure. So North Korean people, they richer than South Korean people. But after 10 years, we try to gradually grow. Okay, so we try to put the energy for the expert. Okay, so we got the money from out of country, and 7 years our companies are much more bigger than 50 and 60s. Okay, they start business, right? Samsung, LG, Hyundai. Okay, those companies, they go out and get the money from the out of the country. When we were 1980s, we try to achieve democracy. Okay, many graduate, undergraduate student, university student, they go out and make a protest, and then they sacrifice for the democracy. So after 1980, so we got the democratic system. Okay, so we actually from my personal perspective, our democracy system and capitalism mixed together, and they got the synergy effect. Okay, around 1998, I remember the Asian financial crisis. At that time, many of Asian countries, they suffered the financial crisis. Korea, including the Indonesia and Thai and Japan, they have a lot of financial crisis. Especially Korean companies, they just dropping, and they have like default a lot. So our economy has broken up. So many people, they got the suicide. And actually that time when I was when I was like high school, we have, you know, Asian financial crisis. So many people, they concerned about their future, even me, including me, okay? But after 3 years, we overcome the Asian financial crisis. And also after 10 years later, we also have global financial crisis. The global financial crisis covered, you know, shaking all the you know, the world economy. Okay, we suffer a lot of, you know, difficulties, but after 2 years and 3 years, we overcome that crisis. So now we very close with, you know, our Korean economy is very close with, you know, France, Italy, and Spain. Okay, so now 2020s, but so our economic growth is, slowly, you know, get down. Okay, many economists and many politicians, they concern a lot because the economic growth is freezing now. So so many economists, they suggest that we should invest more, you know, SME companies. We should put the money for the, you know, SME companies, small companies, baby companies. We should make a lot of, you know, that types of companies. Okay, so because we need more growth, okay, so our government trying to effort. Okay, you can see the demographic, the picture. Okay, this is our structure of economical, you know, expert. As you can see, our country is very famous for electronic, IT, internet, information technology. Okay, so we are trying to bigger and bigger. We invested that kind of, you know, industry more. And also we have, you know, car industry. For the Japan, they have like, you know, Toyota. Toyota is huge company. And if you go like, you know, United States, there's many of a car brand. Also Europe has a lot of, you know, car brands. We also have, you know, Hyundai Motors. Hyundai Motors invest more in trying to sell cars out of the country. Okay, so these industries contribute to our, you know, support our economies. This is our structure of industry. Okay, but as I said before, our politicians and economists, they concerned about it, you know, praising the economic growth. We don't have solution now. We just block the, you know, the way. Okay, so but many people suggest that Korea, they should have much more startup. They try to, you know, invest more for the SME and startup. So our governments, they have like, you know, ministry for that mission. So we have like Ministry of SMEs and startup. They support the companies. They support a small size company. Okay, so they have 3 missions. As you can see, we call them MSS. They have mission, three missions. The first one, promoting business growth. Okay, MSS, they try to promote business growth. They pursue that. The second one, fostering business startup. We need to support startup a lot. Okay, and supporting micro enterprise. smaller than startup, smaller than SME company, just like baby companies, we should support them and then try to make more bigger and bigger, just like Samsung and LG and Hyundai. We try to make that bigger. Okay. This is category. Okay, categories. It's from MSS. They have their own categories. Okay, they divided the company by size. The minimum, the small company, we call them like micro enterprise. We designate ME, and next company we designate SME company, small size enterprises, and medium size enterprise, and we have bigger company, huge big company, just like Samsung and LG. In the past, our government, they trying to support the big company, huge company like Samsung and LG and Hyundai, but now our government, they changed the strategy for our economy. So now they focus on the medium size and small size and micro size. Okay, they put a lot of money, put a lot of energy, put a lot of many things. Okay, regulation and rules. The next, we talk about the status of Korean SMEs. Actually, Korean SMEs contribute a lot for the Korean economy. Actually, 82% in employment. They produce the SME companies. They produce 82% employment for the Korean economy. The huge contribution, I guess. So, and then export 40-80% they contribute that. Okay, they have huge impact, huge contribution. Okay, so national governments, okay, the government should support them a lot. Okay, so we need to change our national strategy. So what about revenue? SME, they have like 48%. Okay, the huge company is 51%. Also employment, okay, micro enterprise and small size enterprise, medium size enterprise. So 44%, 20%, 90%. The total is 82%. Okay, if we get if we get broken up the SME companies, our economy and our nations will be default. Okay, so I guess the SME company is very important for our survival. Okay. Next page is about a trend of business startup. Many companies they try to our economy basically it's from manufacturing. In the past, okay, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, we try to focus on the manufacturing, but now we got to change. We try to conversion from manufacturing to the IT companies. Okay, just like a software and information technology, game, and what is the neighbor or Kakao, something else. Yeah, our government, they try to put the money a lot for the the software business, okay, IT business. So in the past, so many companies it's from manufacturing, but now our company, our brand new company, it's from IT field. Okay. MSS, they have own policy to make that support the SME companies. The first one, regulation reform for SME and micro enterprise. Actually, Korean government, they have a lot of regulation for the company. So if we get much more growth, we try to reform for the regulation. So we can say like a deregulation. Our government trying to deregulation, but it's kind of difficult. So I'm working here, ANU, Andong National University. Also, we have a lot of regulation. So if we try a new business or something new, but there's many types of regulation. It's very difficult to have. I'm very our university need deregulation as well. Okay, so we need a deregulation system. Okay, you can read this part, okay, later. Also, they suggest the policy direction, okay? They have many, every years, they suggested the policy direction. If you take a look at the first one, innovated manufacturing to enhance competitiveness of SME and startup. Second one is accelerated startup boom to become innovation and startup driven country. Third, support innovation by micro enterprise and self-employed as separate policy target. The last one, lay foundation for a fair economy and drive open innovation beyond the win-win cooperation. Okay, they suggest for the SME companies. Okay. So, okay. This is our strategy. It's from COSME, Korean SME and Startup Agency. Specifically, this for fundraising policy for the SME companies. Okay. When we have like startup companies, the agency trying to give them like creative job and promote entrepreneurship when they have like a startup stage, and then when they got the growth stage, they need to enhance business capability. Okay, so the agency support them to enhance business capability. And then maturity stage. When they have like a maturity stage, they try to divide it. Hidden champion. Okay, they designate hidden champion or normalization companies. Okay, they check the company's condition on the situation, and then divide to the fundraising. Okay, so this is kind of like systematically approach. Okay, so I think the Indonesian companies, they needed that kind of strategy, right? Also, our agency, they support consulting programs. First one, when they have like application, they got the application from those baby companies. And second on diagnosis, they try to make a site visit and applying business to conduct business diagnostics and prescription, okay, and treatment and recovery. So we have a systematical process for support the SME companies, okay? So you guys can see this process and apply that your company, your country's companies, okay? Okay, conclusion. Conclusion. When I got this topic, so I try to make a four factor. Okay, four factor. How to improve small, medium enterprise to fight for zero poverty. Okay, as I said before, in start start, I introduced our history. When we are like in 50s and 60s, we don't have nothing. We have like zero poverty. Okay, so my parents cannot go to school, cannot eat a lot, cannot go out of country. They don't have enough opportunity. But after after zero poverty, zero poverty, my parents get richer than our generation. Even our generation, they got richer. Yeah, okay, baby boomer generation. Okay, so how to improve our small medium enterprise. Okay, I suggest you 4 factors for the growth, sustainable growth of SMEs. As I said before, we need innovation, right? Innovation is very important factor for the SME. The SME companies, they trying to seek the innovation. Innovation is a real answer for the growth. The second one is sustainable government support. Just like a baby, okay? I have baby. He is like 15-month baby. He needs supported by parents, okay, right? So I give him food, I give him change the diaper, and I give him money, okay? So if we have like that kind of baby companies, they need a sustainable government support, okay? Also, the third, we need to deregulation. Okay, actually in Korea, there's many types of regulation. It's very bad one. Okay, so we have to dismiss the regulation. Okay, all right. A lot of extreme regulation has destroyed the company. Okay, all right. So I can say deregulation is also very important factor for the growth of SME. The last one is human capital. So Korean suffered a lot of crisis and difficulties, but at that time, the government and Korean people, they support human education. Education is very important because education. If we got much more good quality education, and the kids and students, they got high level quality, and they have good ability. So after the graduated, they contribute to economy and countries. So I can say human capital is also very important factor for the SME. So okay, this is last one. Okay, this is conclusion. I'm really sorry about that. Actually, I'm not a good presenter, but I do my best. Thank you for listening my presentation. If we got next chance to see each other, yeah, I hope see you guys again. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Che. Thank you, Mr. Prof. M. Or we can call you Che. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the presentation from you. Let me give the conclusion in Bahasa Indonesia so our friend in Indonesia can more understand about your presentation. Oke, untuk rekan-rekan yang dari Indonesia, izinkan saya untuk menyampaikan kesimpulan gitu ya, kesimpulan dari yang sudah disampaikan oleh Prof. Im atau C. Ya, di sini kita melihat bahwa contoh yang diberikan oleh Prof. Im ini adalah tentang Samsung dan LG yang memulai usahanya dengan perusahaan mikro. Ya, pada awalnya mereka juga tidak populer seperti yang sekarang. Maybe we can say Prof. Im in Indonesia Samsung and LG is very popular, and maybe lots of Indonesian have Samsung handphone, so popular in Indonesia. Okay. And kondisi Korea pada tahun 50-an itu sempat hancur ya karena adanya perang saudara antara Korea Utara dan Korea Selatan. Namun perekonomian mereka itu dapat meningkat dengan tajam dengan dukungan oleh negara-negara sahabat mereka. Ya, dan kemudian kesimpulan juga bisa dilihat bahwa kategori UMKM di Korea itu sedikit berbeda dengan di Indonesia gitu ya. Walaupun memang di Indonesia kan awalnya ada mikro, kecil, menengah dan besar, kemudian berkembang jadi kecil, menengah, besar, dan di sana mereka malah ada yang namanya kelompok yang berpotensi tinggi gitu ya. Jadi antara menengah dengan besar itu ada yang namanya berpotensi tinggi. Kemudian sama seperti juga di Indonesia, UMKM itu yang ada di Korea itu sangat berkontribusi besar gitu ya. Pemerintah juga turut serta dalam menunjang pertumbuhan UMKM di Korea. Ya, dan untuk yang terakhir, Prof juga menyampaikan bahwa faktor yang mendorong pertumbuhan UMKM di Korea itu ada 4 faktor gitu ya. Ada 4 faktor yaitu bisa dibilang ada inovasi, ada dukungan dari pemerintah secara berkelanjutan, jadi tidak hanya dukungan yang satu arah, tapi ya ini berkelanjutan terus. Kemudian ada regulasi yang mendukung dan adanya human capital atau bisa disebut juga keahlian tenaga kerja atau tenaga kerja yang memiliki kemampuan yang sangat luar biasa. Okay, that's the conclusion in Bahasa Indonesia, Che. So thank you very much for your presentation today. After the this is the second presentation. After the third presentation or last presentation, we have the question and answer session. Okay. Okay, thank you for Mr. Im. Let's give applause to Prof. Im.
Yeah, thank you very much. Whenever you want, you come over here and visit our university, and you can go like Daegu and Jinju. I will guide you. Okay.
Okay,
I hope I want to go I want to visit your university and your country. Okay, next time after COVID-19.
Yeah, very welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you have to visit us also, and maybe you can also give another lecture for us.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you. Okay, the next session, the third session is from Pak Joni. Okay, maybe from the committee, would you mind to show the Pak Joni's CV? Okay, Bapak Joni, PhD AKCACP SAK, or Indonesia CPSAK. Is a lecturer in Master of Accounting, Universitas Kristen Maranatha Bandung, Indonesia. He took his undergraduate program in Universitas Kristen Maranatha. He continued his master degree in Master of Science in Accounting at Universitas Gadjah Mada, Yogyakarta. And after of that, he got his PhD in Accounting at La Trobe University, Melbourne, Australia. His core competencies, whether in teaching and research, are in corporate governance and cost of capital. Okay, we please welcome Pak Joni. The screen is yours in 40 minutes.
Thank you, Surya, for introducing my CV.
Okay.
And thank you for Maranatha Christian University, Andong National University, and HIPMI Indo for having me here. And I would like to greet some of my colleagues. First, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Tan Minh Quang as Dean of Business Faculty, and also Head of Department Ibu Rapina, Pak Deris, as regional representative board of HIPMI Kindo West Java area, and also Professor Chai Chang Im. I hope it is correct. Yeah, I will try to deliver my presentation in English. I hope that later on Pak Surya will summarize it. Can I show my presentation by myself? For the committee, please. Yeah, thank you. I will share my presentation. Please let me know if you can see my full screen of presentation. Is it okay in your side? Yeah, thank you, Pak Surya. Yeah, I'm happy to deliver this topic because I think industry or business need to think about this, not only thinking about profit, but maybe I can say long-term profit, people and planet as well. I think this topic will help us to balance those three factors, not only profit, but also people and planets. That's why I'm so happy to share these ideas. There are four areas that I need to address. The first one is maybe we should know what is SDGs, 7 goals, what they are hoping to have in the future. Without knowing that, I think it's hard to deliver the ideas. And the second, I would like to address the motivation of the business. I think in the business perspective, why business need to do this. I think if it is clear, I think it will motivate business players to put their money or budget on doing that. And the third, I will try to address all the ideas into the matrix more detail, but in the perspective of university, how university also contribute on those goals. The last one, I will try to suggest several points that can help business to improve how they connect the main goals into the UN goals or the world's goals, not only thinking about their goals. I think those are that can be addressed within 40 or 30 minutes. Yeah, I'll try to start and make it as fast as I can, but still not too fast, because you need to digest as well all the ideas. Yeah, actually, when you talk about SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, is proposed by UN. Yeah, it's like a blueprint actually for the world. What is the need for the future? This is the agenda that has been proposed in 2015. Yeah, provides a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet. That's why I said previously, business only think about one goal. What is that? Profit, actually. Yeah, only thinking about profit, but they forget about people and their planet. And now into the future, I think UN have a good proposal for the world. They propose 17 goals that derive from the ideas profit, people, and also the planet, not only thinking about short-term profits, but more sustainable profit. I think this is the idea of SDGs. There are 17 goals that I have mentioned before. The first one is no poverty. The second one is zero hunger. The third is good health and well-being. Yeah, and you can see quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation. And the last one is partnership for the goals. There are 17 goals that have we should think more about what one by one. Actually, we need to deep it. But this time, maybe I only have one point to share in this case, and I will try to make it more detailed in the context of university. The second point is the motivation of business doing this, these ideas. I think the first point is to create more values to all stakeholders. When you sell something, it's not about the product itself, right? It's about how you add value into the product. So when you think about why business need to think about SDGs, I think because the business need to add more values to the people. Let me describe it in the perspective of economics. When you think about people more, not only profit as your values, it means that people understand that that is your values, not only profit, but also thinking about people. Like you see Google, they provide a good well-being for their employees. If they think about that, and as consequences, good people will come into that company, right? If good people come into that company, it will create more value, more quality into their products. That is the perspective of economics, actually. If you see in this perspective, you will find good people will collaborate to improve your company. So this is the really good reason, right, for a company to think not only profit, but also people for their company. So good people will come to your company and add more values. That is why business need to think about this, because SDGs will create values to all stakeholders. So if you think about this, I do believe in the future, your business will run more sustainable than before because of my explanation before. And the second point is to obtain legitimacy and reputation. By having SDGs, you will meet a social norm perspective. So people want you think about the environment. If you think about the environment, it will meet their expectation for you. That legitimates your company meeting their perspective. And also it's good for the reputation of your business. If your business have a good reputation, and it will give you more profits in the future. Actually, sometimes people don't think about this. They just think about the money they spend in the short term, but they don't think about the money they will get in the future. So this is the second ideas why actually we need to think about SDGs. The third idea is to reinforce the relationship with the stakeholders, considering their different expectation. It'll make different expectation, or maybe I can give one example about the one expectation, one different expectation that you can have if your company doing these SDGs, or why this SDGs is important, even though sometimes the motivation is not too good. I do research on the political connection and corporate social responsibility. One of the reasons is based on the social actions theory. Social actions theory means if you get something, you need to give something. Yeah, there is no free lunch. That is what social exchange theory say. So if you have connection with the government, you get something from the government, right? Easy access to the regulations, easy access to the government's resources. But in return, government also asks you to do something, right? This is one of expectation from the government. Yeah, if government have corporate social responsibility policy, and they will ask the company to do that. So it reinforce another expectation that have as a stakeholders of the company. So it will reinforce, strengthen the relationship between those expectations, because there are a lot of expectation actually when we talk about stakeholders. So I think 3 of those motivation are enough to convince you really business need to think about this. If you don't really think about this, it's hard to be more sustained in the future. So I will focus on one goal that we will address on this presentation: no poverty. Let me show you the video. Please let me know if you can hear the voice of the video. Yeah, because I'm not sure whether can hear it. Can you hear it? No?
Yes, we can hear the voice, Dr. Johnny.
You can hear it. Yeah. Thanks, Putria.
But maybe you make it louder, please?
Think what poverty really is. Poverty is more than a lack of resources. It implies malnutrition, a lack of access to education and basic services, discrimination, thousands of issues. Our world reveals chilling statistics. For instance, 1 in every 4 children under the age of 5 still don't reach the adequate height for their age. There are many people who still live in extreme poverty, meaning they survive on very little money a day. We have a goal at our fingertips, and you can make it possible to completely eradicate extreme poverty by 2030. We want to ensure all men and women have equal rights to access basic services. We want to call upon development cooperation to promote policies and projects geared towards eradicating poverty. Let's do this. You can make it.
Yeah. that video want to share to us that when we talk about no poverty, it's not about just talking about money. It's not just talking about one factor in our life, but it includes many factors. It includes discrimination, education, social culture, policies, and many other factors. I will try to see what is the target of the UN for no poverty. We'll see, and then from that target, we'll try to derive it into the metric that we have in the university from the perspective of time higher education. The first target is by 2030, UN hope that we will eradicate, make it zero. It's mean dibersihkan, dihilangkan extreme poverty for all people everywhere. Yeah, so eradicate extreme poverty for all people everywhere, currently measured as people living on less than 1.25 a day, $1.25 a day. So it's around 18,000 rupiah in a day. So we hope that in Indonesia, there is no people who live under 1.25 a day. Yeah, if you have a basic salary, I think it's more than enough to live more than that, right? But I'll show you the stats about the situation in Indonesia later on. But I will try to explain it more detail about the targets because it's important you know the target, and then it will help you to be able to derive it into a clear indicator for your business, actually, how you contribute for the world. And the second point, the second target is by 2030, reduce at least by half the proportion of men and women, and children of all ages living in poverty in all its dimensions according to national definitions. So the second point is talking about reduce the poverty level in the national, based on the national rating. So because, you know, the poverty can be defined differently in Indonesia compared to other countries. Isn't that right? Does it make sense? If in Indonesia, maybe still many people who live under $1.25. No, in Indonesia, maybe $2, right? $2 is around 30,000. Maybe if you can live more than 30,000 in a day, you are not poor anymore, right? So you are rich already. Not really rich. The point is, if you compare the people who can, how much people can earn in Indonesia compared to, yeah, let me compare to Australia. In Australia, maybe like in an hour, you can get like basically 17,000 Australian dollar is around 170,000 rupiah. So we cannot use that measurement for Australia. $1.25 is really small for Australia. Yeah. So the second target is talking about how you adjust the target into your country. So the first is about all around the world. So the second is more about the country level. And the third target is to implement nationally appropriate social protection system and measure all of measures for all, including floors, and by 2030 achieve substantial coverage of the poor and for the vulnerable. What does it mean? You should understand what is social protection system first before you understand this target. Social protection system is like healthcare, yeah, link people to job, invest in well-being. So social protection is how the government can protect the people, yeah. But they said that measures of all, including floors. Floors mean basic social protection they should have. What is the basic? Like healthcare. Healthcare is basics, right? Aged care is also basics. Maybe other country also have another basic social protection system. Or some countries, like in Australia, they support their employees, people. So if you are not working there, maybe they can support you in a month, like 1,700 or around $2,000. It's around 20 million in Indonesia. It's more than enough actually. If they want to live in Bali or in Jakarta, they will be rich compared to the country. If 2,000 is under the basic payment. But that is the social protection system. So the goals of the UN is to implement national appropriate social protection system. Like here for the healthcare, we have BPJS. Yeah, that is really important. That is very basics. So that is one of the measurement of the basic of floors social protection system. And the fourth point is by 2030 ensure that all, yeah, there is no discrimination, men and women, in particular the poor and the vulnerable, have equal right to economic resources as well as access to basic services like water, electricity, etc. Ownership and control over land and other form of property, inheritance, natural resources, appropriate new technology, and financial services, including microfinance. I heard that like Pak Deris mentioned about KUR, kredit usaha rakyat. Nah, kredit usaha rakyat, it's one of the application of this target actually, to ensure that men and women, there is no discrimination, right, Pak Deris? There is no discrimination between men and women.
No.
To get the KUR.
Someone can make the KUR.
Yeah. Thank you for the confirmation.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, that is the one of the target. Make sure that poor and the vulnerable men and women have equal right to access the financial, not only the financial resources, but also the technology, the basic services like water, electricity. If the government charges you a lot, you need to think about this. This, yeah, it will reduce the achievement of this target. Actually, you put it more pricey for electricity. Yeah, because my wife said that last week. My wife said that the rate of the electricity is increasing now, so we need to put more budget on that. Yeah. And the last one, actually there are 2 more, but you can read it. We don't have more time, but I want to show you how you understand the target, and if you can understand the target clearly, it will help you to understand how you make a good indicator for your business. And the last one is build the resilience of the poor and those in vulnerable situation, and reduce their exposure and vulnerability to climate-related extreme events. Maybe currently we are experiencing COVID-19. This is one of the application actually, when the government or we should build the resilience of the poor when they're facing this situation. Actually, if they are facing this situation, that's why the government put more efforts, like giving dana bantuan funding for the poor, and helping more with the a lot of subsidy for many resources that they need for their basic needs actually. Yeah, that is the last target, the 5 targets for no poverty. Yeah, in all forms. Yeah, no poverty in all forms, not only thinking about they don't have money actually. Yeah, because when you talk about the poverty, a lot of factors in that. Yeah, education, maybe they have a lot of money, but in terms of education, they are not doing it really well, and it will show your your way of life maybe. Yeah, that is what I want to address. Yeah, when you talk about no poverty, they are not only talking about you, if you don't have money, that is really poor means. Yeah, we'll see the stats of Indonesia, maybe some of them. Yeah, before COVID, we'll see that the world still off track to end the poverty by 2020 actually. Like they have in 2010 15.7%, and 2015 10%, 2018 is around 8.2%, and they need to reduce it until 6% by 2030. Actually, they need to reduce it into 0, right? 0 poverty in 2030. So yeah, we should put more efforts on this, because the gap is still there. Yeah, 6% is a lot for the population of the world, and young workers are twice as likely to be living in extreme poverty as adult workers. So this is about our young generation. Maybe in the future, our young, they're more poor young generation compared to our generation, maybe in the future. So after COVID, yeah, the implication of COVID. So this is try to point the target number 5 actually. Yeah, COVID caused the first increase in global poverty in decades. Around more than 71 million people are pushed into extreme poverty in 2020. And 4 billion people did not benefit from any form of social protection in 2016. Even worse after COVID actually. Yeah, this is extremely like cost a lot to the world, and COVID cost more to the world. Based on the data that $23.6 billion have direct economic loss if there is a natural disaster. I think it's worse when we have COVID-19 come into the world, like 2 years we suffer because of that. The cost should be more than 23.6 billion actually. And if we see Indonesia, nationally, the percentage of people living below the national poverty line has been reduced by more than half, from 24 in 1999. Actually, we are fighting on this really well, to 11.3% in 2014. So that's a good improvement actually. So for the child poverty, the poorest children are 3 times or more likely to die than the richest children. So they are really vulnerable. And rural poverty, poverty in rural areas is 14.3% compared to 8.3% in urban. So di kota lebih sedikit the poornya compared to di desa. That is the data will help us to understand where we should put our money to help and conquer poverty. And also the poorest regions in Indonesia, Maluku, Papua, West Java, have the highest poverty rates in Indonesia. When I show you the stats, we'll see it will improve. It will help us to put appropriate direction for fighting the poverty. Now I will, this is just the maps. I will try to skip it. I will try to derive the UN target into the measurement that impact ranking from time higher education have. They have said it really well. From the 17 SDGs, they have 169 indicators. I have mentioned some of them for no poverty. This is the target that we have been discussed. I have been explaining before. So that is the indicator from UN actually. So the last 223 unique targets. They have 223 unique targets. And at the university level, time higher education derives 17 SDGs in 205 metrics. Now from the metrics, they have 220 measurements. Now we'll see some of the metrics and also the measurements for no poverty. This is the metrics for the no poverty. No poverty. First, we'll see the first metric is the proportion of students receiving financial aid to attend university because of poverty. So the question is whether our university, Maranatha Christian University, care about giving the financial aids or scholarships for the poor. We should have that. This is now become our indicators at the university because we want to contribute to the UN target by 2030. We want to involve in that. We want to involve in the world solving problems. So we put our PIC here is Students Directorate here, DKA, in our university. And also another metric is university anti-poverty programs. Whether we have anti-poverty programs. Yeah, I heard that Pak there is also mention about BUMDes, Badan Usaha Milik Desa. We also put community services more into helping Badan Usaha Milik Desa to grow faster when they collaborate with the university. And we hope in the future we'll do more such program. Yeah, hopefully
Sure,
in the future.
of course.
Yeah, thank you, Pak Darius. And the last one is community anti-poverty programs. This is also another programs that we try to address. Now, from those metrics, yeah, they put several indicators for its metrics. The first indicator is about research. How the university put more efforts to do research on that. Yeah. Recently, we are in collaboration with a World Bank to do this kind of research, actually, even though we are not doing it. But we help World Bank to do it, how to do it well, the research. So we research how whether the government's program is effective for the poor people. That is what the World Bank has done for their research, and we are helping them. We have MOU with World Bank and try to help poor people to have good regulation, actually, when we do that kind of research. So we measure how many research, yeah, number of research that we have on these metrics. So we measure that. And also our strategic plan for the research, it stated that we want to go to these goals. So we are still on the track to do this, actually. And the second point is about proportion of students receiving financial aid to attend university because of poverty. Yeah, we also measure how many students receiving significant financial aid. Our rector put more efforts on doing this, and rector always said that if you can give more money to the poor, better you do it, because that is why university exists. You need to help more poor people. So if poor people cannot be a doctor because of the money they need to spend to get the degree, and we'll help them. We'll try to put more effort on that and increase the number of scholarship that we have. And hopefully in the future, we hope that when people come to the university, they don't think about how much money they need to pay for the university, actually. And because other rich people can help them to do that, because of a lot of scholarship that we provide for the poor people and the high performance people as well. And other targets is also to admit students from the bottom to financial deciles, graduates completion target for students from to financial decile, provide food, housing, transportation, legal services for students, the poorest families, to enable them to complete university. That's what university will do. And Maranatha join time higher education to support these ideas, to involve in the world, to involve the world conquering the poor. And for the community anti-poverty programs, provide assistance in the local community, assisting the startup of financially and socially sustainable business through relevant education or services. So we put the indicators and make it clear, and then we evaluate our programs to go through all of those indicators. This is until now we have like giving 232 we give scholarship for 232 students. That's a lot actually. Like we accept around 1,000 something. So it's around 20, more than 20%. We give scholarship to the poor and the high performers students actually. Yeah, that is what we have done for these elements. I think Pak Surya also mentioned that I have run out of time, so I will share the material to the audience, and I will close. Maybe this is the scores that we have as Maranatha Christian University. We score each goals, and yeah, this is I want to share for the last point. If you as a business players want to contribute like Maranatha, try to contribute to the society and also to the world, try to create clear indicators for its goals, and don't forget to obtain top management's commitment, and reinforce related programs including budgets. You put your money where your mouth is. When your mouth says that you want to fight poverty, do it now. That is what people say, if you want to make it real. And I will quote Professor David Mayers. I think it's good to close my presentations. The true measure of a university's greatness is the total effect it has on human welfare and progress. Hopefully, we as a humans want to contribute on these issues. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Johnny, for the session. Okay, I will make a conclusion in Bahasa Indonesia, and I think this your presentation is maybe very hard to understand. So I'm really sorry. I will make a very simple conclusion. Okay, let me share the conclusion in Bahasa Indonesia. Baiklah, untuk SDG ini kan sepertinya tadi sudah disampaikan oleh Pak Joni, mereka memiliki 17 tujuan ya, atau goals. Jadi untuk dari berdasarkan 17 tujuan ini, maka perspektif bisnis yang itu harus dilandasi dengan motivasi, sehingga dapat menciptakan nilai, dapat meraih pengakuan dan reputasi, dan dapat memperkuat hubungan dengan pemangku kepentingan. Untuk target yang banyak dibahas oleh Pak Joni itu tentang no poverty, atau mungkin lebih mudahnya kita bisa bilang memberantas kemiskinan, gitu ya. Jadi memberantas kemiskinan ini diharapkan dapat meningkatkan taraf hidup masyarakat. Ya, walaupun yang namanya pandemi kemarin itu ternyata malah memperparah ya tingkat kemiskinan yang ada di dunia, baik di Indonesia juga. Nah, di sini juga Pak Joni sudah menyampaikan bahwa kampus juga secara aktif ya diajak untuk memberantas kemiskinan dengan berbagai macam kegiatan. Dan di akhirnya Pak Joni menyatakan bahwa sebagai pelaku bisnis kita harus mampu menciptakan indikator yang jelas gitu ya, dan dapat meraih komitmen dan menjalankan program juga dengan jelas sehingga bisnis yang dijalankan juga dapat bertahan. Okay, this is the conclusion. Next, we have the question and answer session. but unfortunately, Prof. Im should left this discussion because she have to attend the important meeting in Korea. So maybe for the question to Prof. Im will be answered after the session. Okay. Okay. So this we can start the question and answer session. If you have any question, please raise your hand. Or maybe say, oh yeah, we have a question from Naomi Fanny from accounting department. So Naomi asked about asking about realizing these SDGs. The companies in Indonesia need to collaborate to create a good digital economy ecosystem where the digital transformation is very challenging in these SDGs. If so, what is the strategy relevant to this? Maybe Pak Joni or Pak Deris first, please.
There is one to say something first.
Yeah. So maybe for Pak Joni, do you have any answer for this?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Pak Surya. For digital economy, I think still left behind, yeah, the improvement that we have in Indonesia compared to what China have, yeah, because in China, like Alibaba really helped the village to improve their digital economy. I forgot the name of the platform. They have really good platform to help the village to sell their products, and if they want to buy good product, and it will help them to get another product that they need, and also to sell their product to the people in the city. That is what they have been developing a lot, and Alibaba put a lot of effort, a lot of money into that. Alibaba also collaborate with the university, many universities in China, and doing that kind of research, and then they build the platform and then help the people there to do it, and it's running really well and helping the village people. And we hope that it will be transferred to Indonesia. I heard that a lot of Indonesian people also went there and for benchmarking, and also try to do that in the villages in Indonesia. But what I want to say, we don't do it systematically. We just do it randomly, actually. That's why a lot of failures on that. If we learn from what Alibaba has done, they do research first. Like all the villages in China, they do a lot of research, and they have a good mapping what villages that have that need to be prioritized because the infrastructure is ready, and which one need to do it later. They have that kind of research, and they do it based on that research. But in Indonesia, they do it but sporadically and randomly, actually. We just do it, try to develop the digital economy in the villages that they have connection on that. And even the villages also don't really open themselves to be to participate on this. They don't really understand what they have been doing. There is no systematic steps on doing that, on doing this. I think the university need to collaborate with the industry to do this more. And when we got the blueprint, and then we do it step by step, and hopefully in the future, the digital economy for Indonesia will be improving. That is what I can say, maybe because when I go to the village, it's also a lot of factors that need to be considered to develop that kind of digital economy. There are a lot of research need to be done first before you really can have a good blueprint for Indonesia. But sometimes Indonesian people don't want to do that. They just want to have, like, just do it. That is what I don't really like sometimes to to do that, because they don't really want to have that kind of process and do it really well for the national blueprint. Yeah, that's what I can say for that.
Thank you, Pak Joni. Maybe for Pak Deris, maybe you can tell about digital rings in West Java, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Ibu Tami. Your question is very good. Maybe I can tell about the strategy or the strategy for the development to big the business dan the digital term. Jadi kalau kita memiliki secara gambaran memiliki strategi pengembangan bisnis yang efektif yang dilakukan pada era digital, semua serba digital. Mungkin yang pertama, the first, determining the prices according to the maximum quality. This is the first. You must choose the prices. Pak Joni sudah mengatakan ada beberapa e-commerce di Alibaba sekarang sudah terbuka. Everything is open. Mau pilih produk apa? Terbuka. Mau produk rumahan, kecantikan, apapun. Anything is open. Jadi kita harus menentukan harga dengan kualitas yang maksimal. Di berbagai sumber kita sudah ada beberapa sekarang iklan, seminar, mencari produk yang bagus, to find the good product dengan harga yang sangat minimalize gitu kan istilahnya. Itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, choosing the right type of product. Memilih produk yang sangat dibutuhkan sekarang. Mungkin era kemarin sebelum pandemi saya menjual cari produk termometer digital. The thermometer digital for the hospital is not good. Tidak disukai. Karena mereka lebih memilih termometer yang pakai yang disimpan di ketek lah kata kasarnya gitu kan. Tapi ketika pandemi, when the pandemic is coming, the thermometer gun digital menjadi rebutan. Semua orang mencari, everyone. Ya kan? So, we must to find the choosing product with the good quality. Kemudian yang ketiga, kita harus mencoba untuk choose the best human research atau memilih sumber daya. Tadi sudah ada beberapa e-commerce, kita coba lihatlah dari Alibaba atau dari yang lainnya gitu kan. Tidak semua mungkin produk bagus. But we can find the good product with the good human research. Untuk apa? Untuk bisa menjadi produk yang bisa bersaing dengan produk-produk lain. Next, the fourth, maybe do the promotion system. Kita harus melakukan promosi secara baik. the good promotion. Apapun itu, wherever. Kita sudah memiliki yang namanya sosial media. Saya sebut mungkin Pak Surya, maaf ya, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, sudah menjadi bahan yang ya hampir tiap hari menjadi makanan masyarakat. Dan jangan salah, Indonesia a big market for the social media. Tadi Mr. Chang juga bilang Indonesia itu sudah mengenal Samsung. Saya juga sangat mengenal Samsung. LG, ya, luar biasa. Jadi poin yang keempat adalah do the promotion good. Melakukan promosi dengan baik. Dan yang terakhir kita coba untuk choose the strategy location. Jadi mencari strategi lokasi untuk penjualan. Dengan sistem alliance seperti ini, saya yakin market hampir semua merata. Sudah masuk di pelosok desa. Orang desa sekarang sudah online, Pak Surya, Pak Joni, dan peserta sudah masuk desa. Itu yang namanya jasa pengiriman itu luar biasa. Sudah berapa puluh ribu. Ya kan? Mungkin ratusan kalau sekarang, ratusan ribu saya yakin, gitu kan. Gitu. Jadi kalau untuk masalah pengembangan, the development, the bigs for the business strategy dalam era digital, like now, tadi ada 4. Saya ulang, mungkin determining the prices, choose the right type product, kemudian choose the best human research, do the promotion, dan choose the location maybe. Jadi itu mungkin yang bisa saya tambahkan, Pak Surya, Pak Joni. Juga saya appreciate mungkin tambah sedikit dari awal hadir juga salah satu guru besar Pak Surya. Dari awal sampai sekarang saya lihat tadi, subhanallah, luar biasa, ada profesor, guru besar kita, dan kebetulan saya sempat membuat jurnal internasional sama beliau gitu kan. Jadi terima kasih Prof sudah hadir pada kesempatan ini, luar biasa, beliau sangat intens terhadap UMKM, dan kita berharap UMKM di Jawa Barat dengan support dari Dinas Koperasi dan sahabat-sahabat semuanya bisa memberikan kontribusi yang lebih baik. Itu Pak Surya, Pak Joni, dan para peserta, terima kasih.
Okay, thank you, Pak Joni and Pak Deris. Maybe Pak Deris, I would like to know the professor, who is he or she?
Mungkin bisa Pak, bisa disapa apakah beliau ada? Saya tadi lihat ada sebenarnya.
Maaf, dengan Prof siapa ya, Pak Deris?
Prof Diana Harding.
Prof Diana, ya. Prof Diana mungkin masih ada bersama dengan kami.
Mungkin beliau ini, tapi beliau dari pagi ada.
Oh, okay. So thank you. Thank you for remind us.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pak Surya.
Okay, for the participants, is there any question for Pak Joni, Pak Deris, or maybe Prof M? Is there any question? You may raise your hand to ask directly to Mr. Joni or Mr. Deris, or you may type at the chat. Okay, while we waiting for the questions from the participant, may I ask something to Pak Joni or to Pak Deris? It's considered to the Pak Joni's presentation about poverty. I really agree about the first goal of SDGs. The first one is no poverty, or in Indonesia we call it memberantas kemiskinan. Okay, yeah. And it will be any relation with our SME. Okay, so because SME can make the no poverty is goals, okay, because they can create job opportunities and also for the economic growth. Okay, my maybe I'd like to discuss with Pak Joni and Pak Deris, okay, but in my opinion, no poverty or memberantas kemiskinan is like living in utopia. Yeah, yeah, we want that things, but it's like what should I say, impossible to get the no poverty. We cannot eliminate it 100%. So maybe what is the comment from Pak Joni or maybe Pak Deris, maybe Pak Deris special in West Java area.
Enggak juga, Pak. Okay, we must know the following as the list of way and solution to overcome poverty. Jadi kita coba akan melihat cara bagaimana mengatasi kemiskinan. Mungkin yang pertama, biasanya kepala daerah atau pemerintah, baik presiden sampai turunannya bupati, wali kota, itu yang pertama adalah menciptakan lapangan kerja. So the first maybe the creating with and many job opportunities for the resident. Di daerah kabupaten kota itu biasa seperti itu. Namun karena memang kondisi saat ini dan 2 tahun terakhir itu pengusaha banyak yang gulung tikar. Sehingga banyak pekerja yang kena PHK. Secara otomatis pemerintah harus berupaya menciptakan lapangan kerja kecil. Dan yang bisa diandalkan adalah UMKM. Bisnis, usaha, mikro, kecil, menengah. Saya mungkin bisa sambil contoh. Di Kabupaten Cirebon, itu ada pelaku usaha. Saya sudah masuk ke kecil mungkin ya, karena dia sudah kirim ke luar negeri. Jadi dari jamur, Pak Surya, Pak Joni dan peserta lainnya, itu dia mengkolaborasi menjadi jamur crispy. Jadi dia tanam, dia olah sendiri, dia promosi sendiri. Setelah tahun kelima sekarang, hampir di desa, mungkin sudah ada 3 desa sekarang, itu semua industri rumah tanam jamur, Pak. Diolah juga, Pak. Dan akhirnya packing. Bisa kebayang, mungkin sudah ratusan lah istilahnya, kan? Seperti itu. Jadi kalau kita mencoba untuk melihat dari sisi bisnis seperti ini, ya itu tadi. Coba dengan menjadikan pelaku usaha mikro kecil ini menjadi basically bisnis. Atau tidak usah jauh-jauh lah. Mungkin kalau di Jawa Barat sudah terdengar sangat tiap hari, mungkin Pak Joni paling suka nih tahu bulat ya Pak ya. Ya kan? Itu mungkin berapa armada, lebih dari ratusan mungkin Pak. Saya di tiap ini ketika itu pasti ada lagu itu. Itu real gitu kan istilahnya. Walaupun mungkin orang berpikir ini bagaimana cara jual tahu gitu kan. Seperti itu ya Pak Surya kan. Nah, itu real Pak. Kemudian yang kedua itu memberikan bantuan subsidi, dan pemerintah sudah memberikan beberapa subsidi kepada masyarakat. Memang masih banyak yang mungkin belum bisa memanfaatkan bantuan tersebut. Saya pernah memberikan ya masukan lah, Pak Deris, ini saya dapat 1,2 juta Pak, gimanain gitu kan istilahnya. Kalau misalnya uang 1,2 juta dibeli perlengkapan masak, bahan baku, nggak cukup. It's not enough. Cuma saya pikir gini, Ibu, sudahlah. Sekarang Ibu cari teman yang sudah usaha jalan, usaha lah istilahnya gitu kan. Apakah itu keripik singkong atau apa gitu kan. Ibu kemas sendiri, Ibu daftar merek sendiri gratis loh Bu, saya bilang. 1,2 bisa Pak. Dapat mungkin sekitar 4-5 bal. Dikemas sendiri, plastik sendiri, gitu kan. Jadi hal yang kayak gitu yang kami dari Pikindo memang memberikan edukasi kepada masyarakat atau pelaku bisnis khususnya mikro. Kemudian mungkin tadi ya meningkatkan berbagai fasilitas bagi warga. Ya memang pemerintah juga sudah mengupayakan infrastruktur yang luar biasa gitu kan. Kalau mungkin dulu ke Papua harus pakai jet atau misalnya pesawat gitu kan. Kalau sekarang dengan akses yang luar biasa gitu kan. Makanya dulu saya pernah berpikir untuk mengembangkan bisnis di Papua. Kosnya luar biasa. Tapi kalau sekarang mungkin orang banyak investor yang akan menjadikan Papua sebagai ladang untuk pengembangan bisnis. Mungkin gitu Pak Surya, Pak Joni, dan sahabat semua di peserta webinar. Mungkin Pak Joni bisa menambahkan.
Ya, Pak Joni, silakan. Terima kasih Pak Deris.
Ya.
Thank you Pak Deris for the insight. Let me. Yeah. That's really interesting. Yeah, because this is the world's problem. Sometimes we understand that it's like impossible mission to do that. Yeah, I think this is why Maranatha Christian University want to hold this webinar. I think because if we do it individually, it's really impossible, I think, Pak Surya and others. But if we do it together, it will be easier, I think, because if we want to care for our country and also world's problem, that is more than enough to give support for many people in the world. That's why like government put more policies on that and do more programs, and also industries doing it together with the university to fight the poverty. I think that is the idea of the 17 sustainable development goals, because they want to invite more people to contribute. If a lot of people have problem with poverty, and we need more people to solve that together. If we do it together, I think, if you want to start it now, it will help to reduce, at least in your area, like what Maranatha Christian University do. We join Time Higher Education for Impact Ranking, and we put the indicators into our strategic plan, and we give more scholarship to the poor, and even we put more effort on that you still remember the stats that I showed you before,
Yeah.
that a lot of people in the rural area suffering more than people in the urban area. So we give more scholarship on that area, and also Maluku, Papua, and then everything. We give special scholarship for Papua people or Maluku. Yeah, I think we put more efforts on that as institutions, not individually, but we need to do it. We need more people to do it together. If we do it together, I think this is really a good program and initiative from the UN.
Yes, sure.
That's what I can say.
Mungkin sedikit tambahan Pak Surya ya. Jadi Hipikindo as an association that works directly with the Maranatha, I hope many activities like this can be carried out by the relevant and another university to input the business bigly for the micro and small. Jadi kami Hipikindo sangat berapresiasi kepada Maranatha salah satunya, dan kami juga berharap ada universitas lain yang bisa menyelenggarakan kegiatan-kegiatan seperti ini, dan berharap juga bahwa dengan kegiatan seperti ini akan menambah wawasan, menambah satu kepercayaan bagi para pelaku khususnya mikro dan kecil untuk bisa mengembangkan lebih baik lagi. Karena apa? Karena tanpa pelatihan, pendidikan, edukasi, saya yakin mereka akan stuck, diam di tempat, Pak, seperti itu. Dan sekali lagi saya apresiasi luar biasa, aplaus yang luar biasa untuk Maranatha, supporting luar biasa dari sahabat-sahabat semuanya, peserta yang sampai sekarang tetap hadir, dan mudah-mudahan juga Maranatha bisa tetap memberikan, saya sudah bilang loh Pak ke Pak Dekan jangan hanya ngasih nilainya aja Pak, gitu kan, kalau bisa sampai ke depan nanti gitu kan, istilahnya jenjang para pelaku bisnis ini, siapa tahu ada kader-kader atau murid mahasiswa Maranatha yang mungkin bisa jauh lebih ini lagi kan ke depannya. Begitu Pak. Gitu Pak Surya, Pak Joni. Terima kasih.
Baik Pak Deris. Okay, Pak Deris and Pak Joni, thank you for the answer. And I think maybe we have to positive thinking about it. And if we have a positive thinking and we have a positive action, I think poverty will be reduced. Okay.
Iya.
Okay, is there any question from the participants? Okay, I think there is no questions from the participants. So maybe we have to give applause to Pak Joni, Pak Deris, and also Prof. M for this wonderful sessions. Okay, the two sessions. Okay, thank you, and I will give this skills for Tria. Thank you, Tria. Thank you, Pak Joni and Pak Deris.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Surya, for our sessions today. It was interesting to hear all the presentation. Also, thank you to Bapak Deris, Bapak Joni, and also Prof. Im. Unfortunately, he already left, but this is an amazing inspiration in today's session. And for those participants who need our today's PPT presentation, you may check the link drive. Our committee will share the chat box, or maybe later after this session. And next, I would like to invite all speakers and all participants for taking a photo session. So maybe all of us can open the camera for taking photo session for a while. And I would like to ask our committee, Hans, to lead the photo session.
Mari Bapak Ibu semua bisa open cam-nya.
and they talk the influence. Yeah.
Baik Bapak Ibu, mungkin boleh dibantu untuk
Boleh
open kamera untuk foto session.
on cam dulu.
Bu Trias, mungkin masukan kalau ada yang mau bertanya nanti bisa langsung ke Maranatha dan kita coba nanti akan jawab Bu ya. Terima kasih.
Boleh, siap Pak Dedis, nanti kami kolek dulu ya Pak.
Baik, terima kasih Bu.
Iya Pak Dedis, sama-sama. Oke, mungkin Hans sudah mungkin bisa dimulai ya.
Oke. Masih belum pada on cam sih, Bu. Masih sedikit yang masih buka on cam.
Nggak apa-apa, mungkin nanti lanjut di sesi, maksudnya ke page 2 mungkin ya, sambil menunggu ya.
Baik, kita mulai ya. 1, 2, 3. Untuk page yang kedua, oke. Satu, dua, tiga. Oke, 1, 2, 3. Sudah mungkin Bu? Sudah semua.
Baik, terima kasih Hans. We have started this event with prayer and we will be closing with prayer too. And again, I will ask Pak Surya to lead the closing prayer.
Okay, thank you, Bu Tria. Yeah, let's have a prayer, closing prayer. I will lead in Christian way, so if there's another belief, so please adjust by yourself. Heavenly Father, we thank for all that has accomplished in this webinar. We thank you for your favor and for making us strong. As we end this webinar, we ask that you continue to lead and guide us for the sake of our holy and precious name. In your holy name, Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Surya. Just for information, if you were late to join our session today, don't worry because you can rewatch the recording from Fakultas Bisnis Maranatha YouTube page. And last but not least, on behalf of Universitas Kristen Maranatha, I would like to thank you for all speakers and all participants for your participating today. Again, I would like to remind to all participants to fill out the presence form, which we have put in the chat box. And for the e-certificate, we will send you through your email based on the presence form. And please take note that this link will be open for only 30 minutes. And that's all from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, we will see you again in another event. Thank you very much.
Thank you Pak Deris, thank you teman-teman panitia, thank you semuanya.
Terima kasih Pak
Thank you,
Surya,
Prof.
terima kasih Pak Joni, Ibu Tria, Ibu Yeni, terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak
Kasih,
Deris,
Pak
Pak Joni.
Deris,
Terima
Pak
kasih,
Joni.
Deris,
Pak
Pak
Dekan,
Joni,
terima kasih kalau hadir Pak
Mas Surya,
Dekan.
Ada
Bu
Wakil
Imelda,
Dekan,
terima kasih.
Bu
Aduh,
Imelda,
terima
Pak
kasih
Deris.
Pak
Terima
Wakil
kasih,
Dekan,
Pak
terima kasih.
Deris,
Terima
teman-teman
kasih Bu.
Himikino.
Siap, Ibu Imelda,
Oh ya,
terima
dan Bu
kasih Ibu
Felicia
Imelda.
juga.
Pak Surya.
Kita tunggu
Ya,
next
makasih.
webinar ya Bu.
Iya, siap Pak.
Saya izin live ya.
Mari silakan Pak.
Terima kasih,
Mohon
Pak
pamit
Deris.
juga.
Terima kasih
Ya.
semua.
Thank you for Andong National University.
Thank you, Miss Anso, for coming.
And you'll get something. Karena belajar di Fakultas Bisnis tidak hanya belajar mengenai konsep teori saja, akan tetapi juga konsep praktek di dunia profesional akan kamu dapatkan di sini. Berbagai macam program sudah dirancang dengan sangat baik untukmu. Kamu dapat bergabung dengan seluruh alumni yang memiliki prestasi di bidangnya.
Dunia bisnis sedang dan terus berubah. Kita butuh cara berpikir dan belajar berbisnis yang baru. Kita butuh kemampuan untuk memecahkan berbagai tantangan bisnis di masa depan. Pendidikan di Fakultas Bisnis Universitas Kristen Maranatha didesain secara khusus untuk mencapai potensi terbaik Anda, baik di bidang manajemen, akuntansi, dan keuangan. Mulailah perjalanan Anda bersama kami dan bersiap menghadapi tantangan hari esok. Prepare for today, be ready to create tomorrow.
It's just not about entrepreneurship, but it is also about being an innovative business leader. Sebuah tempat di mana kalian tidak hanya mendapatkan ilmu mengenai bisnis, manajemen, dan akuntansi, akan tetapi juga jaringan sosial yang luas. Temukan yang menarik dari hal yang sederhana. Fakultas Bisnis akan memberikan pengalaman belajar yang luar biasa, ditunjang dengan kompetensi dosen yang mumpuni. You learn something and you'll get something. Karena belajar di Fakultas Bisnis tidak hanya belajar mengenai konsep teori saja, akan tetapi juga konsep praktek di dunia profesional akan kamu dapatkan di sini. Berbagai macam program sudah dirancang dengan sangat baik untukmu. Kamu dapat bergabung dengan seluruh alumni yang memiliki prestasi di bidangnya.
Dunia bisnis sedang dan terus berubah. Kita butuh cara berpikir dan belajar berbisnis yang baru. Kita butuh kemampuan untuk memecahkan berbagai tantangan bisnis di masa depan. Pendidikan di Fakultas Bisnis Universitas Kristen Maranatha didesain secara khusus untuk mencapai potensi terbaik Anda, baik di bidang manajemen, akuntansi, dan keuangan. Mulailah perjalanan Anda bersama kami dan bersiap menghadapi tantangan hari esok. Prepare for today, be ready to create tomorrow.